He is the Tinfoil Chef, a man with a video love.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, how it's going here is kind of slow because over the last 2 or 3 days, I think most of 3 days, I haven't really gotten much of anything done. And this is because of not feeling good for various reasons. I think it was 3 days ago I had some errands to run and go out and do that, and I took all that stuff out, and I went out and did all that stuff. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know why it came out the other way. And by the time I got done, I couldn't do anything but go to sleep. I was so worn out. And yesterday I was just plain tired all day with a certain amount of aches and pains, but that's part of it. I was so tired I couldn't think straight, see straight, or much of anything. So I spent the day watching movies. More about that in a minute. And today I get up, I had to go out to the store to get a couple of things. And well, 2 times in the last 5 or 6 days, when going out to the car to do something, I discover one of the tires 3/4 of the way flat. And it was the same tire both times, driver's side rear. This is one of those that has not been replaced recently because of, well, like in the last month or 2, I've had to replace both the front tires because they were having major problems holding air. Because, let's face it, when tires get to be 6 and 7 years old, they're not very reliable. And so this time, I figured I needed to just bite the bullet and do something I haven't done in 7 years. Buy a new tire. That was a royal pain in the butt because it took over an hour after I got to the place for them to get one out and put it on the car, and so on. And so by the time I get home from all that, I am extremely worn out, and I'm so stiff and sore that I can barely stand, never mind walk. It took me all I had to go from the car to inside where I could go to sleep for a while. That was amazing. Yeah, and anyway, so I've spent a lot of time in the last few days watching movies because I wasn't good for much else. And the movies I've been watching recently have been James Bond movies. I started a few days ago back with the very first James Bond movie, Dr. No, with Sean Connery. And I've been watching the movies in order since then. And so that has brought to mind a question just for the heck of it. 2 questions, actually. If you were a Bond girl, ladies, if you were a Bond girl, and you know what I mean about a Bond girl, if you've ever seen a James Bond movie, whatever leading hottie that he hooks up with, who's usually wearing a bikini or less, and so on. If you were a Bond girl, what would your name be? Now, the names of these Bond girls are sometimes rather suggestive. As a matter of fact, they're usually rather suggestive. So, I'm just curious. And on the other hand, gentlemen, if you were a Bond villain, what would it be? Try not to limit yourselves to individuals that have already been in existing Bond movies. Just invent a good Bond girl or a Bond villain. I'm curious. That would be, I think that could be kind of fun. In any event, here's hoping I can get to getting some other things done. On the good side of recent developments, Yesterday and today, the temperatures have gotten into 70 plus degrees. It's amazing. For the first time in months, I don't have to have my big heavy coat on all the time. I don't have to have the sweatshirt on all the time. I don't have to wear sweatpants and all of this stuff designed to keep me warm in the cold. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. It's almost like being naked, only with clothes on. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.
He's the Tinfoil Chef.